Hey, I'm Scott, and I'm an American in Bangkok. At the moment, yes, I am still in Thailand, where I've been for, well, this is my 26th year. 26 long years, lots of changes over the years. And guess what? I got a little something I want to talk about. I want to talk about Phuket. Location tracking wristbands and punishments for escapees. Phuket gets ready to welcome vaccinated tourists. This just gets better and better and better. Uh, Let me read this article, which comes from the Tiger. As the date of Phuket's reopening to vaccinated foreign tourists draws closer, officials are busy preparing all necessary measures prior to the influx. The sandbox scheme they always have to have a name attached to everything. Nancy Pelosi's the same. Gotta crush the virus. You can't crush the virus. Ugh. How are you gonna crush a virus? If I want to get literal with you, like, we want to contain the virus. We don't want to crush it. How are we going to do that? Can I step on it? Anyway, I digress. The sandbox scheme kicks off on July 1st, which is only a couple of weeks away, and provincial officials have been rehearsing immigration and COVID-19 controls at the Phuket airport, the island ports, and the Ta Chat Chai checkpoint by the bridge onto the island. I'm sorry, I have a hard time picturing this. Everybody getting ready and rehearsing at immigration. I really have a hard time picturing that. Practice, 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 practice makes perfect. According to a Bangkok Post report, a number of strict measures are being put in place to ensure vaccinated tourists don't spread the COVID-19 to the local population and to prevent foreign arrivals from violating the rules of the sandbox scheme. Of course, you don't want to spread the virus to the local population. How about maybe the local population spreads the virus to those people who are already vaccinated, and then Joe Schmo, who got vaccinated and got the whatever virus or whatever vaccine he got back in the U.S. or in Europe or wherever, he catches the virus and they find out. Are they going to tell you about he caught it from the Thai staff at a particular hotel, or are they just going to blame everything on the foreigner, and the foreigner is going to be the one who's going to take the heat? I understand, but if the population, the local population, is vaccinated and the people who are coming in are vaccinated and have been tested before they even can fly, I don't know how it's going to work to where they're so worried about the local population. I would say, why can't they just say they hope that there's no spread of the COVID-19? But whatever. All right, I'm not. This is the Bangkok Post. And to prevent foreign arrivals from violating. Okay. As it is, all foreign tourists will be required to spend a mandatory 14-day period in a government-approved hotel. Isn't that nice? Before they can travel elsewhere in Thailand. I guess that means there won't be any guest house for 300 baht that people can just check in. The only exception are people who are only holidaying on Phuket, who may leave whenever they like but must take an international flight off the island. So if you come in and you're only going to be in Phuket for 6 days, you don't have to check into a government-approved hotel. Tourists will also be required to download the Mochana tracking app and will be fitted with location tracking wristbands, which will come in handy should they accidentally leave their phones at the hotel. Oh, really? It's going to come in handy? I know why they're tracking the people. I understand this. It just seems like a bit of overkill to me for people who are vaccinated. Jesus criminy. Officials have confirmed, here we go, China, Officials have confirmed that facial recognition cameras are being fitted to identify vaccinated tourists who try to travel to elsewhere in Thailand before their 14 days on Phuket are up. Oh, what a world we live in. In addition, they are busy devising punishments not only for these tourists, but for anyone who tries to help them. What are they going to do? Make them eat spicy somtum in jail for the next week? And use a squat toilet? I mean, really, what kind of punishment are you going to do? I understand if you leave the province, that's something that needs to be addressed. That it needs to be a steep fine, I would think. And maybe, automatic deportation or something like that. That would stop it. Hey, if we catch you, you're deported. And then you can't come back for a year or 3 years or something like that. That would be good. Listen, you gotta also think about the government's position. They need to keep things safe. And if this falls on its face because some foreigner does something stupid, it could ruin everything for them and for the people in Phuket. So, I joke, but only to a certain extent. The latest measures are in addition to several onerous requirements that vaccinated foreigners must meet before they can fly to Phuket. These include obtaining a certificate of entry from their local Thai embassy, proof of a negative PCR test within 72 hours of boarding their flight, health insurance coverage of at least $100,000, and proof of payment for a booking at a government-approved hotel. On arrival at Phuket Airport, they will again be tested for COVID-19 at their expense before being transferred to their accommodation. So I'm only guessing, but maybe when you get there, you're not going to be taking a taxi to get to your hotel. Maybe, I don't know how it's going to work. I kind of wonder. It's like, no, sir, you come with us. We'll take you to the hotel. Yeah, but, can I go out? Yeah, after you go to the hotel. You can go out. You got to stay on the island. Further PCR tests will follow on day 6 and day 13. According to the Bangkok Post, Deputy Phuket Governor Pichit Panapong is expecting to welcome 129,000 foreign tourists under the sandbox scheme and says it will generate about $11.4 billion for the island. Tourism operators are not holding their breath. Now, I gotta say, I only know maybe 1 or 2 people who is saying, yeah, I'll go. I've asked many, many people, would you come here under these stipulations? And most people are like, hell no. Now, I really hope that they hit 129,000 foreign tourists. I hope they go well above that. But with the UK and with Australia being locked down to where people are not allowed to travel, or if you travel, you got to pay money, or there's a fine, or whatever it is, that takes away some tourists. I don't think the Chinese are going to be coming. I could be wrong. I've known to be wrong before. And as far as Americans go, I don't know, but the Americans I know, they're like, why would I go over there now? They'll just go somewhere else closer to home, or they won't go anywhere. They'll wait until this is... I've heard many people say to me, I'm not going there until things are like almost back to normal. Someone called me this morning from California and said, in their neck of the woods, you can go anywhere. No mask, nothing. You just go right in. Doesn't matter where you are. No more masks. Everybody's... And I think it's going to have to come to that in order to get people to come back in mass. And I certainly hope they do for the good of the working Thai people. But I think the government, just my opinion, I want to make that clear, I think the government is out of touch with what the tourists want and how they think. Now, maybe I'm the one completely out of touch, and maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. But then again, I am a foreigner. I have been a tourist many, many times to many, many countries. And for me, it just seemed, again, I'm going to say this again. I'm going to steal this from Jono, one of my subscribers, who I don't know where he stole it from, but the juice is not worth the squeeze. That's my opinion. That's all I have to say. So until next time, I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok. Choke D. Jerken Mai. Yada, yada, yada. Might been right. That's good luck. See you later. No problem. Never mind. Don't worry. So hopefully you'll be able to come over here in due time, one way or the other. But I don't know if you're going to be one of those 129,000 or if it's even going to be anywhere near that. If I was a gambling man, I'm taking the under. That's all I have. See ya.